up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Khaki, and today, yet again, maybe inexplicably, we are going to be talking about the Sleep Styler. You guys might remember that I did a video not that long ago on the Sleep Styler Short. A lot of people, to put it lightly, seem to be confused about the difference between the Sleep Styler for short hair and the Sleep Styler for long hair. To briefly clarify, the Sleep Styler Short is recommended by the manufacturer for people who have either short hair or very thin hair, and so that is why I followed the instructions and bought those. But the majority of the negative comments on that video revolved around people being confused about the way that I wrapped it, because the instructions stated for these short rollers to be used just like an old-fashioned roller set, so to roll directly back and pin to the scalp. Not the same as these. So if you are kind of surfing these Sleep Styler videos, I'm sure you have seen these long guys. These are the kind of original Sleep Styler. These are the ones that are designed to give you that kind of barrel curled curling iron kind of look. So I figured that it would be incomplete or remiss for me to not give these a try and kind of clarify the differences. So as you can see, my hair is not currently styled with the Sleep Stylers. It was this morning, and we will kind of close the gap on that explanation here in a second. But I want to start by kind of showing you guys my experience with the rollers. The first ones that I used, the short ones, and I will put a link to that video if you guys want to watch it, those were, I would say, a lot harder to use than these. These, yes, they take a little bit of trial and error to get them right, because you have to kind of get the top part of the securing band, I guess you would call it, in the right position before you start kind of wrapping your hair around it. But once you figure out where it needs to be in order to wrap it without getting a big band mark kind of in your damp hair, then you really don't have a lot of trouble. Like, I felt like it was pretty easy to kind of roll them all at once. I did sort of have a little bit of trouble doing the back, and you'll see in the outcome that that resulted also in kind of some gnarly curls. But I think that with some practice, this could become something that anybody could be familiar with doing in maybe like 10 minutes at night. It really didn't take very long. The short ones that I tried took for freaking ever. Now, for any of you guys who are not familiar with the Sleep Styler, the main thing here is that they have a kind of memory foam on the inside, and so they're supposed to be really, really comfortable while you sleep. And you can pull the interior out of it, throw these outside parts in the wash when you need to, and they're made out of yoga towel material, which is just a very microfiber, sort of extremely absorbent material, so it's designed to dry your hair quickly. These were $29.99 on Amazon Prime. I ordered my last set through the website, through the actual Sleep Styler website. These did originate on Shark Tank, and so they were originally sold through a manufacturer website, but they're now sold pretty much everywhere. I've seen them at CVS, and you get 8 rollers in that set. I have very thin, fine hair, so I was very wary of the risk of getting kind of an over curl. When I tried the short rollers, I did get an over curl, where there was just no chance of the curls relaxing to a way that was going to be stylable for my length of hair. It just kind of stood off my scalp and looked a little strange. While I don't think that it's in the instructions to do so, I let my hair dry completely first, and then I just dampened the part of the hair that I wanted to curl with a spray bottle before I put the curlers in. That way I didn't get a really hard band line right at my roots, so I would say that I left probably 3 inches of my roots dry when I put these in. I did not do that with the original rollers, and I experienced some really distinct band marks. I will say that the outcome with these was light years better, different, more favorable than with the short rollers. I would recommend these to anybody who has any longer than chin length hair and wants to use them. I think that the estimation on their website that someone with thin, fine hair should use the short rollers is kind of incorrect. I think that pretty much anybody can use these. They just give a much prettier, more current curl. And as you can see, they did give me a really nice soft curl. And the best thing about an overnight wet curl, or any wet curl, is that it's just not going to fall the way that a thermal curl does. So if you have hair that is really, really straight and it's hard to get it to hold a curl, a wet set is going to give you a much longer lasting curl in most situations. So those, I would say, are all of the pros. I think that pretty much anybody with shoulder length hair would have no problem getting a pretty nice soft curl out of these. but that does come with some caveats for me. I have pretty particular expectations for how I want my hair to look, and I had a lot of trouble getting this barrel curl that I woke up with to look right in the way that I'm used to styling my hair. One of the recommendations that I got from someone on the last video was that I need to blow dry my roots before I use this product. Yes, that might work, and there are lots of ways of hacking this product if you want to make it kind of a long-term habit for yourself. But to me, if you're going to take the time to only blow dry your roots, then roll your hair, then sleep on this, and then have to style it in the morning, that's definitely more effort for me than just styling my hair in the morning. That is totally personal preference, but my hair actually styles really quickly because it is so thin and fine. I can pretty much just spray it in the morning, blow dry it for under 5 minutes, and style it. So it's going to be different for everybody. I have seen tremendous results with girls who have coarser hair, and coarse can be misconstrued as an insult. Coarse just means that your hair has a thicker diameter. So that means that if it were looked at under a microscope, someone who has very vellus hair that's very fine, it's just going to be smaller. It's going to be skinnier than a more coarse hair. So that coarse hair is going to take that curl in a much softer way, and it's not going to kind of obey the nuances of the wrapping mechanism as much, so you're not going to get those funny little kinks and bent ends if you accidentally were to wrap it imperfectly. Those things are going to smooth out a lot more easily on a coarse hair type. With fine hair, you have to be a lot more careful, and it is tremendously obedient to a wet style. So does this product work? At the end of the day, absolutely. This works light years better than the other one, but my final thoughts are that A, I can't get those curls to still style the way that I want them to style in a way that is actually less effort than just styling my hair in the morning, and also I can't express how uncomfortable they are to sleep in. If I ever use these again, it's going to be to dampen my hair, roll it, and then just go about some chores around the house and things like that to just make sure that my hair dries, but while I'm awake. This disturbed my sleep so much. I could not possibly see actually sleeping in these every night for any kind of long-term amount of time. I saw that the curls in the back really reacted poorly to sleeping on them, and of course, yes, there's always going to be a way to hack these kinds of products if you really want them to work, but like I said, this doesn't really save me any time in my styling, so it's not really worth it to me to kind of invest in that hacking. So if you're thinking about buying this product and you have thin, fine hair or you have a sensitive scalp, definitely take those things into consideration. But if you've got really coarse hair that is kind of a pain to curl, I would definitely recommend ordering 2 sets because you're probably going to need more than 8 rollers for a ton of hair. I do not have a ton of hair, but understand that if you go ahead and get your roots dry somehow by either letting them dry and then spraying the part that you want to curl damp, or actually drying your roots, which may not seem like that much effort to you, and then rolling it and sleeping in it. And if you don't have a particularly sensitive scalp, if you want to take the time to learn and practice and get to where the curlers are in the right position, that they don't bother you while you're sleeping, or if you're just a really deep sleeper and you aren't bothered by that kind of thing, this could be a fantastic product for you. Or if you do want to just use it as kind of a light styling device over a couple of hours in the morning, if you've got that kind of time to kill, then yeah, absolutely, it's worth the money, because for so many of us, we don't want to heat style our hair every day. I really try not to heat style my hair every day, but the amount of product and the amount of effort, and then having to actually still use hot tools to try and get my hair to do the right thing after those curls were in, made it, in the long run, not really worth it for me and someone with my hair type. So I hope that that adds a little bit of color to the entire Sleep Styler experience that I have had. But I just wanted to get on here and really do my due diligence, test both sizes so that we had a full scope of the experience for my hair type, which is really all I can test, so that you guys can see exactly what to expect if you do have my kind of hair type and you are trying to learn how to use this product. I definitely will never use the short ones again because, like I said, they are basically just a roller set. They're essentially meant to give you a much different style that I don't think is particularly youthful or current. These curlers, the long curlers, are the ones that kind of are called to mind when we actually talk about them, because this is what was originally debuted on Shark Tank. This is the product that the inventor gets her beautiful barrel curls from, and if you have that kind of hair type, especially if your hair is really long or something like that, where it's just a real pain in the butt to do thermal styling every day, this might be a really great solution for you. So $30 is not that big of a deal to kind of take a risk, see if it works for you, and if you've got really pain in the butt hair and you do like to have really great curls when you wake up, I would definitely say go for it. But if you've got hair like mine, where really like you go to the hairdresser and you kind of end up styling it for them every time because you just have a really particular way that you like it, it's not just basic curls, you have very, very particular needs, I would say save your money, because you're probably doing a better job with your thermal tools already. So guys, if you appreciate me kind of going the extra mile and reviewing the other sleep styler model, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up. If you have any other requests for products that you'd like me to test on my channel, please leave those in the comments below. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel in the future, then go ahead and hit the button down below and subscribe. I make videos 5 days a week. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!